Hi there, my name is Annalisa. Today I'd like to discuss the solar eclipse that is happening on December the 14th. The sun eclipse is where the moon is very close to the earth. It's out of perigee and it's completely covering the entirety of the sun, and it is an exact conjunct of the sun, the moon, the north node, and the south node. For this type of eclipse is going to be the strongest eclipse because it's a full eclipse. And I have found that people that are born close to the week, close to the eclipse, are going to be strongly affected, and they are going to exhibit the characteristics of being born under that eclipse. If you are born on the exact day of the eclipse, of course, that energy is going to be really the strongest. Now, this solar eclipse on December 14th, it's at 23 degrees and 8 minutes of Sagittarius. And it has this powerful influence over humans. And it's a perfect time for you to set your intentions. And it is a perfect time for you to, plant that seed of your wishes, your desires uh, to come to fruition. Now, if your sun and your midheaven is in a mutable sign, and what are the mutable signs? The mutable signs are Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. And if the degree of any sign and if you have that midheaven and that sun at the degree between 20 to 26, you could be uh, encouraging very strongly this energy of prominent success. There's other few factors around this eclipse that are making this eclipse very powerful. But nevertheless, this eclipse that's happening in Sag is very connected to the Lord of Justice. So the truth and the justice is very prominent on December 13th, where Mercury is squaring Neptune in Pisces. Mercury is wants the truth and justice, and when it's squaring Neptune in Pisces, Neptune tends to confuse and cloud things. So Mercury is looking for the truth and justice, and Neptune is clouding and confusing the situations. So that day before the eclipse, that is going to influence very strong the effects of that eclipse. So we could be dealing with important legal challenges, that those developments are happening in our lives and the bigger scope of things as well. And on the day of the eclipse, on the 14th, the Mercury is in the opposition with the north node of the moon and the MC, which is the midheaven axis. So anger, judgments aimed and at those perceived to be too ambitious, power hungry, and so forth. They also are. It is also a good time to release a lot of the past anger and the past judgments that you may be caught up with, and somehow those things may come to light for you because Mercury, after all, is the trickster. Okay, so Mercury being the trickster, somehow, the eclipse is going to bring the truth up for you. So the Mesopotamians looked at the solar eclipses as very dangerous, and they would study the upcoming eclipses to determine the safety of the king and if it brought danger to the king. So they believe that the eclipse has also brought omens. So what you now call destined situations. Okay. I'm also very in belief that this eclipse is very indicative, especially to me, to how I know how to read these aspects and transitions and all of that, is that people that sit in high authority positions to be in some kind of a prominent danger. And as if we look around the media and what we're reading and our neighbors in US, Trump, for instance, is hyping. It looks like he's hyping up things, energies. And at this time, people are very confused and emotional. And people can do the unconscionable, more unpredictable things because of the confusion and the anger. So Trump being hyping the theme of that this election is it was hoaxed or not fair or unjust or not correct. And so he's pumping that influence of the elections being hacked. So he is producing a lot of evil. He is producing a lot of anger. He is producing a lot of confusion. So, those people in power, those people that are in power, they stand that hype of danger. So this eclipse is very powerful. It's definitely bringing a big shift, and we are encountering a big change that is definitely coming up with us universally. Okay, I wish you well. Please check me out on my website at metaphysicalcove.com or at my channel at YouTube. Thank you for giving me your time.